Fears Vlogs. What's up, guys? Fears. Audience. Fears. Hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing great. I hope you guys are doing absolutely fantastic. Coffee first. Nice. In my Jack Skellington mug. Now we're talking. I haven't used it in a while. I thought, why not? Alright. Now that I got my coffee in me, I'm ready to rock. I'm ready to roll. I'm ready to get things started. I always forget to grab my notes. I'm sorry. So, me and Dave were talking. I don't know if Dave's going to go to this this next con. The next con, excuse me, is a 2-day con. It is the Central Florida Collectors Fest, August 23rd and 24th. Now, it is a good con. I'm not saying it's not a good con. It is a good con. I'm just so far behind on my edits, you know. So Dave may go, but I may not. I may not go until September 6th or 7th, the Fort Myers one. But anyway, but we'll see. But if you want to go to the Central Florida Collectors Fest, it's August 23rd, 24th. It's a 2-day con. My friend Jeff is going to be promoting it. He's going to be hosting it, and he's with the Florida Toy Shows and Expos. So be sure to go to FloridaToyShowsAndExpos.com for all that information, guys. Check him out on Florida Toy Shows and Expos on Facebook and on his Instagram and on his YouTube channel, all under Florida Toy Shows and Expos. That's right. So the last show of the year, though, is November 9th. So we've got about 3 shows in October. So October for me is going to be very busy. October 4th is the Kissimmee Collectors Fest. Then October 5th is the Daytona one. I may go to that one. And then October 26th is the Port Lucille Collectors Fest. And then November 1st and 2nd, we've got a Florida Toy Show Extravaganza 2-day show. And then November 9th is one tier. It's the last show, and that's November 9th. It's the South Florida Collectors Fest. So, there you are. Also, I want to hear from the fans. I haven't heard from you guys in quite a while, except for in the chat, but I want to hear from you in fan letters. Send your fan letters, send your unboxings for Fears to open up and read and discuss and unbox. Go nuts! And send that fan mail to Fears Vlogs, or at John Fears, or at FearsMan26, 16745 Cagans Crossings Boulevard, STE 102B, PMB 40, Claremont, Florida 34714. I want to hear from you guys. I want to hear from you. Ask your questions. Give suggestions for future videos. Write a fan letter, and Fears will not only read it, but I will respond right in that camera right there. That's right. That's right. All right. Be sure to check out Echo Base Collectibles. If you're in the Orlando area, they have a great store. Check them out. Bam! Echo Base. And also, my favorite store you guys have got to check out, Atomic Horror. Be sure to go to AtomicHorror.com. Check it out. And they do have a very cool logo. Frankenstein. It's either a Frankenstein hand or it's a zombie hand coming up through the earth in an atom. Atomic Horror. Check it out. I haven't bought anything off the list in quite a while because I have quite a lot to watch already. So I don't need anything new for quite a while. Probably the only time I'll buy some new stuff is when I go visit my mom in September. So there we are. All right, let's open up the chat. Let's get things moseying. Let's get things a-rocking. And today's topics, Today's topics. We're going to be reviewing 4 movies. So we're going to be doing Cujo, quite a classic, Overboard, and then Thunderball off of James Bond. And then I recently started watching all of Star Trek Voyager because I have that big box set, a new box set. So we're going to be reviewing Star Trek Voyager Season 1. I already have it done. And then we're going to do the top 10 episodes of Star Trek Voyager. Then we're going to do me and my friend Dave and my friend James. We all went to the Florida Zoo today. Very exciting, very fun. So I'm going to review the Florida Zoo. And then if there's time, I'm going to tell some scary stories that happened to Fears in his life. All right. So without further ado, let's open up the chat. There we are. Florida Zoo today. Very exciting. There we are. Yo! What's up? What's up, everybody? Good to see you. Man, Lantern is going nuts. He says, dance, y'all. Jam, y'all. Get it, y'all. Yeah. Woo! Coffee first. I will, Lantern. I will. There we are. All right? There you are, buddy. There you are. All right. We got 7 people watching. What's up? Well, Lantern, it seems like Lantern already dropped the link, so I don't have to go into the Discord. He says, sub it up, folks. Subscribe to the channel. That's right, y'all. The stream is lit. Well, thanks, Lantern. Next stream is for Annie and y'all. Yo, Visions. He says, well, howdy, y'all. Howdy, partner. How you doing, sir? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing great. And then he says, thanks, y'all. You're welcome. Oh, howdy, Visions. All right now, Visions. And then he says, burp. Did you burp, Lantern? Oh, Lord. Oh, wow. Tina says, well, howdy, John, and howdy, Mr. Lantern. Well, howdy, Tina. How you doing? Vision says, well, howdy, Lantern. Howdy, Museum. Museum's in the server is really cool today. This is true. This is very true. That's right. Vision says we are all partying in there, Mr. Lantern. Are you? I've never went in Museum's Discord. But Visions, I have, you've told me stories. You've told me stories about what goes on in there. You said a lot of belly buttons. I believe you. I believe you. Gosh, this damn cold. Ugh. I have took some medicine for this damn cold, and it's almost gone, but it's still lingering. Ugh. That's why when I was hanging out with Dave today, I kind of kept my distance a little bit because I don't want to get Dave and James sick. But man, this damn cold. My nose it's not super runny, but it's a little runny. Hey, Visions, check it out. Bam! Thank you for making this wonderful shirt, my friend. It is quite nice, and they're very comfortable. So I appreciate it. More Fears vlogs and more Fears Man 26 t-shirts coming soon, my friends. Coming soon. I'm going to design a new one, Visions, maybe around Christmas time. So maybe a yellow shirt with blue, maybe black, maybe a black shirt with blue letters. You know, since I went with yellow this time. Fears gonna have to get his thinking cap on. This is what I came up with. I did a very simple design. I thought, all right, keep it simple, Fears. You know, because if you put too much stuff in it, I just wanted something simple, something like when people were walking down the street and I wear this, they're like, oh, wow, all right, he's a YouTuber. I'm going to subscribe to that. So keep it nice, short, simple, to the point. There we are. All right. There it is. All right, Mr. Lantern. Let's see. Tina says, well, howdy, Visions. And then Vision says, nope. Oh, you trickster, you. And then he says, hi, Tina. I got to catch up with the chat here. Let's see. Oh, wow, Lantern, you're going nuts. Lung, dung, mung, hung, vung, zung, gung, pung. Oh, Lord. You need to get NyQuil and DayQuil. I had some, Tina. I've already used all of that. You know, so there it is. Anyway. Well, I did have 8 people. Now I've got 5 people watching. So maybe I do need to share the link. All right, so give me 1 second. Well, I hope everyone's day was good. How was everyone's day? Let me know in the chat while I drop the link in the Discord and let everybody know that I'm live, y'all. I saw a little bit of LC's live stream, and then because I was a little tired after the zoo. I barely slept last night because I was so excited. Because I haven't been to the zoo in forever. Thank you for the like. I appreciate that. Oh, thank you for the second like. I appreciate that. So I got maybe like 2 or 3 hours of sleep last night, and then that was it. Wow, Lantern, that was a super chat donation like I've ever seen a super chat donation, my friend. So yeah, so I took a nap right when I got home. I watched like one episode of Star Trek, and then I conked out. So we went to the zoo, and then we went from the zoo to my house, and I quickly did the lake jump. So the lake jump is achieved because it started to thunder, it started to lightning, and then it started raining, and I was like, oh shit. I'm like, it's either now or never. So I quickly texted Dave and said, Dave, you got to get to my house right away. So right away they got here, and I said, before we do anything, I gave James my towel. I said, James, hold this towel. And I had Dave. Dave was filming on his GoPro. And then Dave grabbed my phone. Was filming a live stream on my phone. And then I gave James my GoPro. And I know it cut out. The internet cut out on my live stream. But don't worry. Before anyone starts bitching and moaning and complaining, I got the 2 jumps on my GoPro. So the full jump is on my GoPro, and whenever I upload that in the vlog, you guys will see the full jump. So I didn't want to hear any bitching and moaning, because I knew someone would bitch about it. You know, because it's always someone like, oh, Fears didn't do it right. I'm like, that's not true. I did it right. I did the jump. I'm a man of my word. I did jump. Because I saw Pretend Stories bitching and moaning a little bit, and he's like, well, I wish I could see both jumps. And I'm like, you will see both jumps on my GoPro. It's all the whole thing is on my GoPro. I can't help it if the internet cut out. It's understandable because I don't know if you guys can see it. It was starting to rain. It was starting to storm. And anytime it storms out here, the internet is crap. So I'm surprised it didn't cut out fully. So I do apologize for it cutting out. I just have the worst luck. Right as I jumped, it cut out. But don't worry, I had James filming on this. So all of it is right here. So I promise, and I will promise I will get that up as quickly as possible. So I just wanted to let everyone know that it's okay. I promise it's all there. I promise, I promise, I promise, I promise. So let me just drop the link real quick. I should have did this before, my bad. But I think it was a very successful jump, and I decided, thank God I decided to jump twice. I jumped not once, but twice for you guys. So I promise it's on there. I promise. And recently, good news, LC has decided no more smoking, no more drinking, no more foul language, and he's turned to God, which I'm very proud of him. I'm very proud of him. So I wish LC the best of luck. I've been praying for him, and let's hope he can stay on the clean and narrow, my friends. Hell yeah. Bukaki says, I'm at the theater watching Godzilla and saw the new Jurassic Park. That was good. Really? So the new Jurassic Park was good. Okay, good. Because from that trailer, I was a little nervous. I was like, is it going to be good? Because I was not impressed with the new Jurassic Park trailer. But I'll take Bukaki's word for it. Because Visions, you and Bukaki watch a lot more movies in the theater than I do. The last time I got to the theater was, oh God, when Sega was in town. And we went and saw Megan 2. And that was all right. I gave it like a 9 out of 10. Sega loved it. I think he gave it like an 11. Well, because I got his review in the next part of the vlog. And I think he said either a 10 or an 11. He loved it. The first one, I think, is a lot better. The first one, they said it in reality where something like that could happen. Number 2, it's more sci-fi and all that crap. So, yeah. Yeah, we just saw that new Jurassic one today. Okay, sounds good. Because right as I was about to share the link, Bukaki sent me a message on the Discord and said, hey, Fears, we went and saw this and we went and saw that. And I was like, nice! So there it is. So, but I'll be honest, I'll take you guys' word for it. I just wasn't impressed with the trailer. But you know what? A trailer is only a trailer, you know? As long as the movie is actually good, then I'm excited. So hell yeah. Hell yeah. I still need to go see Superman. By the time I go and see it, it'll be out of theaters. I've just been so busy. All right, let me just drop the link. There we are. Lantern, thank you for dropping the link. I'm going to drop it again. And then I'm going to let everybody know in the general chat that I'm live. And, oh, Dave found a bio. I see a picture. Dave found, says, I have 6 full of DVDs I still need to unpack since Hurricane flooded and to choose from. And then he got, I guess he got this at Goodwill. It's a Run, Keep Calm, and Carry on Zombie sign. That's what's up. Nice. That's a pretty cool sign, Dave. Let's see. Yo, I am live, y'all. So come on down. And let's party. There we are. All right. There it is. All right. Nice. Well, hey. That's good news. That's good news that the movie's actually good. So, yeah. All right. Yo, Bukaki, what's up? Autistic Angel, she says, howdy, y'all. Jurassic was good, but I left Godzilla early. It was very dumb. What? Godzilla? Normally those Godzilla films are good. No. Oh, man. Man. Because I love Godzilla movies. It's Godzilla! Ah! There it is. Well, you know what? They all can't be winners, Bukaki. But, hey, at least Jurassic Park was good, you know? Well, that's kind of a shame that, because normally, you know, Godzilla, you get your just desserts. So there we are. There it is. But hey, there you are. Tina says, howdy, Bukaki. Autistic Angel says, well, howdy, Mr. Lantern. And then Vision says, Randy said that new Naked Gun was an abomination, but it got 7 out of 10 on IMDb. I mean, 7 out of 10 is not that bad. To me, nothing against Randy. An abomination would be like a 2 out of 10. You know, so a 7 out of 10 is not that bad. You know, plus you can't take those Naked Gun movies that serious, you know, because they're supposed to be like a action-adventure parody comedy. You know, they're all three. So, I don't judge a book by its cover until I watch it. Vision says, I'll probably go and see that one this week. Nice! There you go. Yo, heroes, what's up? Yo, 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 yo. Let's see. The opening monster looked like a big-ass sponge puppet. I bawled. I'll be bawling too. All of a sudden a sponge character comes out, like you're all excited. You're like, all right, oh shit. Oh shit, here it comes. Here it comes. And then all of a sudden you hear the music come in, Bukaki, and then you're like, dun, dun, dun. And then you see a sponge and you're like, what the hell? You know? So I can understand. I understand. But there it is. I just started watching this new Alien show. Oh, there you go. Nice, nice. Let's see. Bukaki says, hi, y'all. I didn't know there was an Alien series. I'll check it out. Oh, they've always got something coming out. Fears is always behind on my television, and I'm always behind on my movies. As you can tell. By the way, I'm gonna select something to watch tonight. Tonight, I think we're gonna go with You Only Live Twice. You only live twice, because I just watched Thunderball, so the next one is You Only Live Twice. And then if there's time, I'm going to watch Link. So there it is. And it's got a young Elizabeth Sue in it, and she's from Adventures in Babysitting, and she was in Hollow Man. So this is one of her, either her first film or one of her first films. So there we are. Oh, yeah. Nice. Let's see. Ballin' hard, slinging and banging. That's right. Oh, I'd be balling. If a sponge came out of nowhere and it's supposed to be like this evil villain, you hear the music like ramp up. It's ramping up, and then all of a sudden, dun dun, dun dun, dun dun, and then all of a sudden, like in the Godzilla films, you like look over and you're like, son of a bitch. It's a fucking sponge. Well, what the hell, you know? It'd be disappointing. I get it. All right. A sponge. I'm losing it. I'm definitely balling. A sponge. Okay. That's an interesting route. Monster, sponge. Sponge, monster. There you are. All right. Time to get moseying. We almost filled up the entire book. We're getting there. So I'm going to start with the Florida Zoo review. All right, here we go. Right off the bat, you get free parking. So right off the bat, it's pretty good. Free parking. Which is really nice. And then, as you guys said, and as Dave said, the ticket was $20, but with tax, I paid about $24.99. So that's not too bad. So $24.99 for the ticket. So not too shabby. For the ticket. Big parking lot. So there's no possible way that you couldn't find a spot. So big parking lot. We didn't do it. There wasn't enough time. There's a train that takes you around the entire zoo. The St. Louis Zoo does that too. I've been on that one, but there wasn't enough time to go on the train that takes you all around the park, but there is. So a train goes around the zoo. We completed the zoo in about 2.5 hours. So it's a much littler zoo than the zoo in St. Louis. In the St. Louis, there's no way that you can do everything in one day. You can, like, if you went to the zoo in St. Louis, you could probably do about half in a day, and then you'd have to come back and do the other half because it's significantly smaller, this one in Florida, but it's still good. Even though it's small, it's still good. So I'm going to write down small, but good. The two biggest animals they had a gigantic rhino. I mean, this fucker was huge. I got some footage of him, so he's going to be in the vlog. And then the giraffe was probably the second biggest animal there, and then they had a massive, like, 500-pound black bear. Two of them. They were massive. So I'd say those three are the biggest animals they had there. So 3 largest animals there. Was black bears. I'm used to black bears and grizzly bears, though, because I've told you guys that story. And when I was 15, I stared down a grizzly bear, and I've never been more scared in my fucking life. I was at my church camp, and it was on the fucking path about 45 feet in front of me. and my flashlight was going out, and when I went like that, the flashlight turned back on, and I guess I scared the shit out of the bear because it started roaring, and it got up on its hind legs. And I didn't mean to curse, but I went, holy shit, and then I fucking took off running. And that's definitely one of the most scariest times of my life. Because Missouri is bear country. You have to be very careful whenever you go camping there. There's tons of black bears there. There's tons of grizzlies there. So, yeah. So, big giraffe. I wanted to feed the giraffe, but when we got there, they said the only time they let you feed the giraffe, it was $5 to feed the giraffe like some carrots and some vegetables. I wanted to do that for the vlog. And she said, well, you can't right now. He's resting. They said, whenever he's walking around, then you can feed him something. They said, when you see the giraffe laying down, that means he's having a break. And I said, oh, okay. And they said they usually nap for about an hour or two. So, I don't know if he was asleep, but in the vlog, he was kind of like laying down, and he was like in the corner, like way off in the distance, and so I got him in the vlog. Unfortunately, you can't, like, this camera is great. It's you can put it underwater up to 100 feet. You just can't zoom in. You can go like this, but I wish they would make GoPros where you could push a button, like on the side or on the top, and it actually zooms in the lens. That's what they need to do. I don't understand why they haven't made a zoom option on a GoPro yet. They need to. I don't know why they haven't, but there it is. So, big giraffe. What was the other one? Oh, rhino. So, those three are the largest animals they had. Let me catch up with the chat here. Let's see. Tina says, howdy, Liz. And then Autistic Angel, Super Chat donations. Dave and James are both asleep now. New coffee cup. No, it's not a new coffee cup, Tina. I just haven't used my Jack Skellington cup in quite a while. It's understandable. I was tired after the lake jump and eating lunch in the zoo and all that. I took a nap. So, yeah, I had to take a nap anyway before work, so there it is. So, it's not a new coffee mug. It's maybe new to you, Tina, but the fans have seen it. I just haven't used this mug in quite a while, so I thought I would. All right, let's see. What else? Free parking, big parking lot. It took about an hour to get there, so 1 hour. 1 hour from my house. So, from my house to get there. Let's see what else. There was a lot of shade. So even if you came on a hot day, which it was humid today, but the sun wasn't out. There was a gray cloud coverage, which was perfect because then we didn't get too hot. And it rained like right as I was doing the lake jump. So all day we didn't have any rain. So lots of shade to keep you cool. They had live shows. So live shows there. And then they had tons of employees walking around. So if you had a question about a certain type of animal, they could answer it. And then anytime you walked up to a cage, they had information about each animal. And I filmed some of the animals' inspiration for the vlog. I kind of jumped around. We started with birds, and then we started with barn animals, and then we went from barn animals to the bigger animals that were located in the back. So they had animals of all kinds. So big selection. Of animals. So I'm going to give it a... And they had areas where you could stay cool. So they had some, because some animals can't live in a warm environment. They have to stay in a cool area. Like they had certain snakes. I did go in the reptile house, so you can see Fears freak out about that. They had this massive black boa. That fucker was like that big around. If that thing bit you, they said one worker said that could probably swallow like a little person. I don't know if it could swallow a whole human, but they said it could swallow like a little person, like a dwarf, in seconds. And I was like, damn. So it could probably kill a full human being, but that thing was that big around. And then they had another one, some type of python that was about that big around, but thank God they had 6-inch glass, because I was like, get me the hell away from those. I'm not good with snakes. I don't mind viewing snakes, but I've only held a snake once or twice in a vlog, and I was determined to do it. And I did it a long time ago at Wizard World. They freaked me out. It's the most weirdest creature ever. It doesn't have any arms or legs. It's a body with a head, and it's got fangs, and it literally is always pissed off, and it wants to kill you. So I'm good. And I can't believe some people have those as pets. I'm like, good for you. Get it the hell away from me. No, 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 no. So I'm gonna rate it. It was a lot of fun. So lots of fun. Good day with the guys. Good day with James and Dave. Lots of fun. Got lots of footage. I'm gonna give it a 9.5 out of 10. So 9.5 out of 10 for the whole day, not just the zoo. So then we got home. We did the leg jump real quick, and then we waited until the rain stopped, which was, I think it rained for like 20 or 30 minutes. And then while they were sitting on my couch waiting, I got a shower and put on some clean clothes, and then we went right to Friar Tuck and got something to eat. So hell yeah. So 9.5 out of 10. And then I would recommend the Florida Zoo. They have a lot of stuff inside, like where you can like cool off. And then there's a lot of like stuff outside. So both inside and out activities. Cooling areas. Cool areas to cool off if you get too hot. And even though the sun wasn't out, man, the humidity today was, the humidity was going nuts today. You'll see it in the vlog. I was like doing one of those. It was hot, even though the sun wasn't out. So yeah. Excuse me real quick. I'm going to use the restroom. I shall be right back. So, 2 minutes. I'll be right back. Give me 1 second. Hang out with Jack Skellington. Pardon my yawns. Oh, fuck, I'm tired. Not enough of this. All right, I'll be right back. All right. All right, I'm back. Oh, damn, Lantern, you're going nuts on the chat. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Look at hell, Lantern. Lantern's going nuts. All right, let me catch up on the chat. All right, here we go. So here. Lantern, stop posting your girlfriend's weight. Ah! Oh, Lord. Oh, man. Did he? Okay. More cushion for the pushing. Probably. I saw Lantern's girlfriend in Lantern's show. So, yeah. Vision says, my favorite movie quote about the zoo is from Rocky. Wait, hang on. I'm trying to think. When does Rocky go to the zoo? He goes to the ice skating rink in number 1. Is it? No, in number 3, he goes to L.A. Number 2, he goes to the zoo in number 2. That's right. It took me a minute, Visions. I was like, when does he go to the zoo? He proposes to Adrian, and he's at the zoo, and it's all snowing. That's right. And he proposes to her at the zoo. That's right. Snakes gotta eat too. This is true, Bukaki. This is true. Speaking of eating, Dave said that he actually ate a snake. And I was like, and he goes, would you ever eat one, Fears? And I was like, no way. I've eaten alligator before. For a vlog, I went to some tourist attraction a long time ago, and they were giving out samples of alligator chili where they had bits of alligator in the chili. And it was actually pretty good. Alligator kind of reminded me of like chicken. And they were like, yeah, it kind of tastes like chicken. And it wasn't bad. And I was a little nervous because I was like, well, I've never had alligator. And they're like, well, have you had chili before? I was like, yeah. I'm like, I've had chili plenty of times in my life. I said, I've just never had alligator. And they're like, oh, yeah, you'll be fine. It kind of tastes like chicken. And I was like, okay. So I got the vlog camera going. It's in a past Florida vlog. You guys will have to find it. I think it's at that citrus place I went to, that where it was like Citrus Cove, like one of Florida's biggest roadside attractions or something like that. Because I love doing those roadside attractions, which I need to do another one. I haven't done a roadside attraction in quite a while. I'm going to get back to it once I catch up with all my editing and all that. But I tried it. And I looked at Dave and I said, I've tried alligator, but I would never eat a snake. I don't know what snakes taste like, but I can imagine they don't taste good. So I'm gonna take a pass on that one. But yeah. Let's see. Tina says, I hate snakes. They scare the daylights. Me too. See, you're smart, Tina. Stick with Fears. I hate snakes. Bukaki says, I don't mind them. I saved a gardener snake from my lawnmower the other day. Cute little guy. Oh no, I'm good. Fears would have lawnmowered the hell out of that snake. I would have been like, get it the hell away from me. And nothing against animals. I have respect for animals except for snakes. Like, I don't mind bugs. I don't mind spiders. I don't mind daddy long legs. Just, I hate snakes. I can't stand them. No way. I'm good. Ugh. Like, I would rather be standing in front of a polar bear instead of a snake. But yeah. So when I went in the viewing area with the snakes, it was cool to see them because I was like, well, I know nothing's going to happen because the snake is behind 6 inches of glass. But even still, I kept my distance. I was just kind of like, yeah, here's a snake. Right over there. Here's another one. I'm vlogging. Yeah, there we are. Oh, check out this snake way over here. I was keeping my distance because I'm an absolute wuss. I'm a pretty manly, strong guy, except when it comes to snakes. You throw a snake in Fears' face, and I'm an absolute wuss. And I go from a strong, manly man to a certifiable pussy within seconds, because I don't like snakes. Ugh. No. I'm good. I'm absolutely good. So, Bukaki, you and Visions can have all the snakes you guys want. I'm good. No. Let's see. The three of you had a long day. Yeah, but it was a fun day, though. It definitely was a fun day. It was definitely a fun day, though. It was just a lot of walking around. But that's good. I mean, I like to walk because it burns a lot of calories. It burns a lot of calories. What about hot snakes? Any type of snakes, Visions. Any type of snakes. I can't do snakes. No. No. I'm good. I hate snakes. Ugh. I can't deal with it. Ugh. I can't deal with snakes, man. No way. All right. Let's see. Time for a movie review. Here we go. All right. Let's see. Here we go. All right. Let's start with Thunderball. There we are. Between 1962 and 1977. Thunderball with Bond. James Bond. All right. So. Thunderball. The villain was okay. He was obsessed with like water and fish and all that stuff. So I'm gonna give Thunderball. Yeah, it was all right. 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10. So it's not a good watch. It's not a horrible watch. It's just kind of a medium watch. It's kind of an enjoyable watch. So medium watch. Enjoyable, but not great. Enjoyable, but not amazing is a good way to put it. I believe, but in Thunderball, though, let's see. In Dr. No, he gets his gun. In, I can't remember which one he gets his Aston Martin. Hang on. I can't remember what. I think Thunderball, he gets his Aston Martin, I think. Hang on. Let me ask Meta. Hey, Meta, in what James Bond film do you see the Aston Martin for the very first time?
You see the Aston Martin for the very first time in the James Bond film Goldfinger.
Oh, Goldfinger. Okay, so in Dr. No, he gets his gun. He gets his gun, and then in Goldfinger, he gets his Aston Martin, which a lot of people think that he gets his Aston Martin right away. No, he doesn't. Before he gets his Walter PPK, he uses a Beretta, and then M says, well, from now on, you're going to use a Walter PPK because it's a lot better. So in Goldfinger, he gets his car for the first time, and then in Thunderball, he gets his there's a suitcase full of gadgets. So the gadget scene is probably it's a suitcase with, he pushes a button and a throwing knife comes out the side of the suitcase. There's a talcum powder that he magnetized, so he puts it inside the case. And if he opens it up like this, it opens up fine. If someone opens it normally like that, it explodes in their face. There's a gun built into the suitcase. Rifle, excuse me. So probably M giving him his suitcase gadget is probably one of the best scenes out of the whole film. So the suitcase scene is that's probably my favorite because it's so elaborate. And then number 2, him actually killing the villain at the end, because the villain's death is epic. So killing the villain, that's an actual good scene. A lot of Thunderball, there's a bunch of boring bits, but him killing the villain and then a lot of action at the end makes up for all the boring parts during the middle. So lots of action at the end. And then tonight I'm going to watch You Only Live Twice. There we are. Yo, what's up, Walter? How you been? Walter says, yo. Howdy, Walter. What's up, Joey? Good to see you. Nice. Go get grilled in hell, trolls. Go ride a cow, trolls. Damn. Going nuts in the chat, as always. Well, there it is. Hell yeah. All right. What's next? Let's do a little bit of Kurt Russell Overboard. There we are. Solid comedy. I'm gonna give it an 8.9 out of 10. Kurt Russell's one of my favorite actors. So Kurt Russell does comedy very well. Good acting. And he acts with his, I don't know if they ever got married, but his lover, Goldie Hawn. She's funny as hell, too. So, good acting, good actors. I believe they shot it in Minnesota. I think Minnesota. Hang on. I think it was Minnesota. Hey, Meta, where did they shoot Overboard with Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell?
The movie Overboard, starring Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell, was primarily filmed in Mendocino County, California, with some scenes shot in Newport.
Oh, Oregon. Oregon. That's right. So it was shot in Oregon and California. So shot in Oregon. I thought it was Minnesota for some reason. I don't know why. Shot in Oregon and let's see here. Probably my second favorite scene is when Kurt Russell and his buddy and Goldie Hawn designed that miniature golf course, because that miniature golf course that they make is actually pretty cool, and I would love to play that one. So that's my second favorite scene. So the mini golf scene, because you guys know I love me some mini golf. And probably my favorite one is probably when he decides to pick her up from the hospital, and he's like pretending to be her husband, and he goes, "I can't believe she doesn't know her own husband." He goes, "Honey, this is ridiculous." He goes, "I am your husband. My name is Dean Prophet. We've been married for 15 years, you know." And then she's like, "I was in the Navy." And he's like, "Oh, come on, honey. You gotta know you were in the Navy." And she's like, "No, I don't know." So that scene was great. That scene was fucking great. So the hospital scene is probably one of my favorite scenes. Let's see. Very funny. I do recommend it. I do recommend. Oh, with Thunderball, I don't recommend it. If you don't, you can watch it if you want to, but if you don't watch it, you're not missing anything. Thunderball, it's okay. Let's see here. So Kurt Russell does comedy very well. Good acting, good actors in it. Hospital scene is my favorite scene. Mini golf is my second. Shot in Oregon / California. Very funny. I do recommend it. Let's see what else. Goldie Hawn plays a good villain, and then she goes from a villain to a nice person. So, yeah. So, good villain in the film. And then Kurt Russell plays a very well, like, average Joe kind of handyman kind of guy. And so he's played rich people. He's played poor people. He's played like a working man. He's played like an army guy like Snake Plissken. So that guy can act in whatever, you know. So Kurt Russell plays the everyman. Handyman. It's a good film. Check it out. All right. How long have I been going for? 50 minutes? I'll go an hour. I'm getting tired. I may call it quits here soon because I'm going to make a little snack before I go into work, and then I'm going to edit for a little while, and then I'm going to call it a day, my friends. So, yeah. But it was fun. It was a fun day. It was a fun day. I'll review one more film, so I'm going to save the top 10s of these for tomorrow. And I'm going to review Cujo, and then I'm going to call it a day. So, yeah. Let's see. I'm sorry, not Visions. Walter says, have you reviewed Forrest Gump? Let's find out. I'll go to my movie app and see if it's in my movie app, Walter, then I have. If I haven't, that means I haven't reviewed it yet. Give me 1 second. Let me see. Forrest Gump. Forrest Gump. I don't think so. I need to get around to watching that. I've seen it before, but I don't know if I've reviewed it for you guys. I'm not seeing it. Give me 1 second. Let's see here. I don't think so. I don't think I've reviewed it. I'm looking. I don't think so. Nope. So I will get around to it, my friend. I will get around to it. Let's see here. Let me catch up with the chat here. Mr. Lantern, that's not good language. Brother LC wouldn't approve of that. Oh, Lantern? Oh, Lord. Oh, man. Anyway. But yeah, I'll get around to it. Still going through the aftermath of the... Yeah, that's horrible, Walter. I'm sorry that happened to you and your girlfriend. Well, more to your girlfriend than you, but even still, that's crazy. I can't believe Mr. Lantern stole your identity. No, don't even go there, Bootcack. He didn't steal that. Oh, man. Oh, Lord. He was giggling the whole time he was hacking her. Oh, damn. That's not good, Mr. Lantern. That's not good at all. Damn you, Lantern. Anyway, no, man, I hope, Walter, I know you guys are joking about it in the chat, but on a serious note, that's horrible that happened to your girlfriend. So I'm sorry that you and your girlfriend had to go through that. That's crazy, man. That's pretty nuts. But yeah, I eventually will get around to reviewing. I got Forrest Gump right over there, so I'll do it at some point. All right, I'm gonna review Cujo, and then I'm gonna call it a night. Good old Cujo, classic horror film. All right, here we go. I'm going to give it it was a solid watch. Solid horror film. I'm going to give it a 9.2 out of 10. So not a perfect horror movie, but pretty good. Pretty darn good. Very enjoyable watch. Good villain. Good villain, because Cujo at the beginning, he looks all sweet and innocent. You know, he's chasing a rabbit. And then as soon as he gets bit by that bat, all hell has broken loose. And he turns rabid like no other. So, yeah. So, good villain. And the thing is when you watch it, he doesn't want to be a villain. I don't think, you know. He just becomes a villain. So, which is unfortunate because he goes from a happy-go-lucky dog like chasing rabbits, you know, and just kind of hanging out, and he turns vicious. Best kill. The best kill is probably that guy that wears he wears like a white shirt and he wears like blue jean suspenders, and he literally looks at Cujo and he's like, bite me, I don't give a shit. And he's fighting with Cujo, and he actually gets away at first, and then when he goes to call the cops or call someone to tell somebody that he's rabid, that's when he busts through the door and he knocks the big fat guy down and basically just tears the shit out of his neck. All right here is all like chewed up, and he kills that guy, but he's literally like punching him before he gets killed. He's punching Cujo, and he's like, yeah, attack me, I don't give a shit. He's like, bring it on. And he pisses Cujo off pretty quickly. He's like, yeah, bite me, I don't give a shit, and punches him. So the big fat guy kill is without a doubt the greatest kill. So big fat guy kill. Probably my second favorite scene is the big fat guy kill. So big fat guy kill is my second favorite scene. And probably my favorite one is when she finally escapes the car. She gets to the house and she's like taking care of her son, and Cujo just bashes right through a glass window. She grabs a gun and just shoots him. Finally, like, the hell with you. I've had enough of this fucking dog. Die, you son of a bitch. Bam, bam, bam. He's finally dead. So that's probably my favorite scene. So the death of Cujo. Good horror film. Just the right amount of gore. Not too much, not too little. So, good amount of gore. Also, the police officer kill is pretty good, but that's probably my second favorite kill is the police officer kill, because his death, he almost gets away. And then Cujo outsmarts him. But he almost gets away on that one. So, yeah. So, I do recommend it. So, good horror flick. I do recommend it. And I do recommend Overboard. I forgot to write that down, but I do recommend that one. That's all I got for you guys today. All right. There we are. All right. I'm going to catch up with the chat, and then I'm going to mosey on out of here. So, shout out to the fans. All right. Let's see here. That's not nice, Mr. Lantern. Museum, do you have a Discord? He does. I've heard about it. I've heard a lot of interesting tales that goes on in there. I wouldn't know. I'm not in there, but Visions has told me a lot of belly button action goes on in there. So take it for what it is. So there you are. Blue Kagi says, I don't think God cares that you got banned from the Discord, Lantern. Museum will meet us in heaven. This is true. Lantern, when you get to heaven, you'll have all the belly buttons you want. You know? It'll be an infinite supply of belly buttons in heaven. I can tell you that much. I just can't believe he was giggling the whole time when Walter got hacked. That's not good, Lantern. You shouldn't giggle about that, you know? Unbelievable. Oh, Lord. There it is. Let's see. Cujo is that one where a boy and his mom get stuck in the car. Yes, you are correct. You are correct. And they run out of water. Yeah, that's why, because she's got to fight off the dog, and it's getting really hot in the car, because every time she tries to exit the car to safety, he's right there. So there's a lot of intense scenes in the middle. But the payoff is great, because Cujo gets what's coming to him. She finally gets to the house and gets the kid some water, and then right as she's taking care of the kid, he comes blasting right through the window. She grabs the gun, bam, 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 and he's dead and he's done. And It's a good horror film. It's a good one. Not too many people die in the film, but when they do die, it's like classic horror, and you're like, oh shit, what the hell? You know, like when that guy gets he gets bit like 9 or 10 times. It's all bloody, and there's a bunch of chew marks like on his neck, right here. But before he dies, he literally punches Cujo like in the face, and he's pissed. He's like, yeah, bite me, come on, I don't give a shit. And like punches the shit out of him. And then you can tell, you look into Cujo's eyes, he is pissed. He's like, oh yeah, all right, yeah, I'm gonna kill your ass in about 2 seconds. But the fat guy is like punching the shit out of him. And he's like, yeah, I don't give a shit. And then he goes in. I would have locked the door, but it doesn't matter because Cujo just breaks right through the door, bites tons of bite marks all over his neck. And he's like, it's like there's no hope for this guy. But yeah, it's pretty nuts. All right, I'm gonna take off. But I hope you guys enjoyed the live. I always enjoy hanging out with you guys, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Now, this week, I'm not gonna go live every single day. I'm gonna take Tuesday off, so I'm gonna go live on Monday. I'm gonna take Tuesday off and get some editing done. I'll go live on Wednesday. I'll probably take Thursday and Friday off for editing. And then this Saturday or Sunday is probably when I'll do the next live. So I'll go live a couple of times, but I got to get some vlogs up. I got to get some footage up because you guys have been patiently waiting. So yeah. All right, I'm taking off. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my friend, Mr. Lantern. He does a show every Thursday night and every Friday night. Subscribe to Bukaki on YouTube. Subscribe to Walter White on YouTube. Subscribe to the Sega Camp Gamer and Wear Camp on YouTube. Follow the Sega Camp Gamer 22 on Twitch. Follow Mr. Randall, Cameo Man 2021, and his second channel, The Mayor of Magic. And last, but certainly not least, follow Fears, Lord Fears, the host with the most, at FearsMan26 on YouTube. That's the main channel. And follow channel number 2, Fears Vlogs. All right, Fears loves you guys. Fears cares about you guys. And this is Fears, signing off. Peace. Deuces. And I'll see you guys next time.